You know, you talk about BDS, they make all these claims about their victories. All their claims about their victories. Well, you know what? You see these 10 fingers? These more than suffice to count all their victories. There are superfluous fingers here to count all their victories. It's a cult where the guru says we have all these victories and everyone nods their head and nobody sits down to do the arithmetic on their own. I see viola mentioned like 20 times a year. They keep repeating it as if it's a new victory. How many victories are there? Let's not get carried away. I hear them say BDS is the most successful tactic. Yes, it's had some victories, no question about it. But the way people promote it, as if it's proven itself and we're on the edge, on the verge of a victory of some sort, it's just sheer nonsense. It's sheer nonsense. It's a cult. And I personally, I'm tired of it. I went through my cult stage. I was a Maoist. And now when I look back, I'll tell you the truth. There were like two competing possibilities. You can be a Maoist, a Leninist, and all that sort of crap. And you could waste 20 years of your life. Or you could have worked with people like Ralph Nader, like my best friend, Alan Nairn. He was, if you know Alan Nairn, he worked under Nader. And he got a lot of bills passed through Congress. A lot of good stuff, It's nice we have seatbelts. That was Ralph Nader. Airbags. That was Ralph Nader. Thousands of little things that made life, saved millions of lives. I'm not going to be in a cult again. I'm not going through that stage again with the gurus in Ramallah, giving out marching orders. And then if you disagree, they say 10,556,454 Palestinian civil society organizations have endorsed this. Who are these organizations? They're NGOs in Ramallah, one-person operations, and they claim to represent what they call this thing, Palestinian civil society. If they really were Palestinian civil society, as they claim, then why can they never organize a demonstration of more than 500 people? If they really are, they represent Palestinian civil, I hear this all the time. Have you ever seen a statement by BDS that doesn't have the first subordinate clause? BDS, the largest civil society organized protest, endorsed by 26,555,000,000,000,000,000 organizations. They're just Ramallah, NGOs. Represent absolutely nothing.
Nice trade unions as well.
Oh, look, let's stop. If it were what you said, where are the demonstrations there? If there were really an active...
BDS, I think, is turned to the international community, not to the
well, that to me is a problem. I'll tell you the truth. Because if you're an indigenous organization in Palestine, you should be organizing your people. And it's our job to organize from our side. I went through many solidarity movements. The Vietnamese never gave us marching orders. The Nicaraguans, the El Salvadorans, they didn't tell you what to do. They organized their people. And the solidarity movement abroad, we were supposed to make the judgment about how best to organize ourselves. And it's a very strange thing when the people there who claim to be the leaders of civil society, they can't organize a demonstration of 500 people among themselves, but they're telling everybody else abroad what to do. It's a weird inversion. When I was first involved in the Gaza Freedom March, I don't know if you were involved in it.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay. They said they were going to bring out 50,000 people in Gaza. 50,000 people. And you know how many they brought out? They brought out 300. It's a cult. You make up numbers, you fantasize, and all the followers are supposed to nod their head. Well, you know what? I'm 58 years old. I've been involved in this 30 years. I gave, and I'm going to say it, I gave, for a Westerner, not for a Palestinian, I gave my life to the cause, and I'm not going to be anybody's fool. I'm not wasting time anymore. I'm tired of it. I really am. I've lost patience with it. I'm tired of gurus and I'm tired of cults. Either we take advantage of the opportunity and try to reach people, or just forget it. It's a waste of time, And trying to play these silly little games of your 3 tiers, your 3-layer cake, and and I know exactly what we're talking about, because if we end the occupation and we bring back 6 million Palestinians and we have equal rights for Arabs and Jews, there's no Israel. That's what it's really about. And you think you're fooling anybody? You think you're so clever that people can't figure that out for themselves? No, they understand the arithmetic perfectly well. Are you going to reach a broad public which is going to hear the Israeli side, they want to destroy us? No, you're not. And frankly, you know what? You shouldn't. You shouldn't reach a broad public because you're dishonest. And I wouldn't trust those people if I had to live in the state. I wouldn't. It's dishonesty. And I don't want that kind of leadership. Then at least be honest what you want. We want to abolish Israel, and this is our strategy for doing it. Okay, be straightforward about it. But this kind of duplicity and disingenuousness, we're agnostic about Israel. No, you're not agnostic. You don't want it. Then just say it. But they know full well, if you say it, you don't have a prayer reaching a broad public. That's where the public is now. You're not going to reach them. And it's a waste of time. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm very tired of it. You have an opportunity now. That's what I'll talk about tonight. We have a chance to reach a broad public. People are sick and tired of Israel. They're weary of it. The Europeans, this has gone on too long. This has gone on longer than the 100 Years' War. This crazy Israel-Palestine conflict. It's like the War of the Roses, the 100 Years' War, and everything put together. They're tired of it. We have a chance to reach the public. And if we miss it now, it's criminal. It's criminal. I'm not going to participate in something that's going to squander a historic opportunity, maybe to end it. Hey, it can happen. I just came back from Northern Ireland. They found a settlement. And you talk to Protestants, you talk to Catholics, most people are willing to live with it. There are some people who find it unacceptable, but most people, it's okay. We can live with it. And I think you can find a settlement to Israel-Palestine, which virtually everybody, in particular the Palestinians, they can live with. Perfect? No. Ideal? No. We can live with? Yes. We can find that kind of settlement. It's possible. But the opportunity may just be squandered.